Hey, it's Katie from Simply Clean Meals, and today we're going to talk about nighttime snacking. So, I got a question from an email subscriber, Lisa, and Lisa wrote to me, Katie, I have willpower all day long, but at night I blow it. I'm in control during the day, I eat really well, but then when it comes to eating at night, I just snack and snack and snack. Help. And I love this question for two reasons, Lisa. So first, you're not alone. Lots and lots of women ask me about nighttime snacking and how to control it. And the second reason I love this question is because there are real things that you can do to get a handle on it that will actually help you feel better in the long run. So the first thing I want to talk about is let's move this conversation away from willpower and control. Because willpower and control don't actually feel good and they don't get you very far either. Using willpower to avoid certain foods doesn't last very long. Somebody described it to me like this, and I think it's so effective. So if you think about a beach ball in a pool, how much energy does it take for you to keep that beach ball under the water? Like it's trying to pop up, slipping and sliding around, and you're just trying to keep it down, keep it down. That's a ton of energy to keep that beach ball underwater. That's like controlling the craving, keeping it down, suppressing it, get down, right? That's hard. But if we can just let that beach ball come on up to the surface, and then you can kind of push it, direct it, push the craving, direct it, or toss it out of the pool altogether, that is a lot a better use of your energy, and it also feels better, okay? So the first question I want you to ask yourself is this: am I hungry? I can't tell you how many women I work with that come to me and they're still kind of in that diet mode, and they are legit hungry by the time they get to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. So look at your diet. Are you eating enough during the day? You might actually need to eat more food, or you might need to play around with your balance of protein and fat to carbohydrates, and that might help you get to the nighttime and not actually feel like you need to eat. Okay, so that's the first thing. I want you to check in there. The second thing, if you do snack at night and it's not because you're hungry, you're just kind of snacking, I want you to pause and ask yourself why. Like, what's going on here? What am I feeling? Because a lot of times we just do this stuff like on automatic, and we don't actually take the second or the 5 seconds to ask yourself, like, okay, what's happening? So I've had women tell me that they just feel like they deserve a reward after, getting the kids to bed. I've had women tell me that just life right now is really, really stressful, or that their job is really stressful and they just need to numb out, to tune out when they get home, and they do that with Netflix and food, right? So try to figure out identify your why, identify that emotion in there, and that thing that you're telling yourself, okay? That's first. Second, I want you to think about a few strategies that are going to actually help you feel better. So if you're that person who's feeling really stressed, then try to pause and ask yourself, okay, what are some things I can do that are going to make me feel better, feel less stressed? So eating is one coping strategy, that's fine, but what are some other things I can do? So you might come up with taking a bath, doing some gentle yoga, calling a friend, reading a book, having some de-stressing tea, whatever it is, come up with some different options there, okay? But here's the thing, don't stop there, because that is a temporary fix. If you go, and this is where I see people make the mistake all the time. So if you go online and you were to Google stop nighttime cravings, you're gonna see a bunch of things like brush your teeth after you eat dinner, or drink a lot of water, or chew gum. And those are fine, but those are just temporary strategies. Those are just kind of temporary coping strategies that aren't actually going to address the problem. So you need to take it the next step further. And with that temporary coping strategy is really important because it gives you like that pause. It gives you that time to start to figure out what's actually going on down there. So make sure you go through that process and start to play around with those different strategies and tools, but then take it to the next step and really start to address the big why in there. So if you are that stressed out person who's stressed for a variety of reasons, so think about your coping strategies, but then start to think about like what is actually going to fix, like be the solution to this problem. And it's going to look different for everybody. So some people, it might be just getting through this temporary project at work that's causing a lot of stress. For some people, it might be getting a different job, if you can. For some people, it might be going to counseling and therapy or getting involved in a group that's going to help. So really try to look at the deeper problem. And if you can do those things, if you can first address whether you're actually hungry and start to play around with your protein fat carb balance, and then on the other side of it also start to figure out the why behind what you're doing, then you can make some real changes and you can start to use these other things other than willpower to upgrade your diet and eat better so that you can really feel amazing day in and day out, or at least most days, right? And if you're feeling like nighttime snacking is just one challenge when it comes to eating well, I want you to download my free 7-day clean eating reset. Because in that, I talk about 5 different steps you can take to help yourself kind of get back on track, to shift back to your healthy habits that help you feel really good. There are over 20 really yummy and delicious recipes in there, as well as a sample meal plan so that you can just make healthy feel super easy. So Lisa, I hope that answers your question. For anybody else, if you have a question, feel free to put it in the comments below or to email me, katie@simplycleanmeals.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.